Welcome back, my melodies. Today we're going to talk about what to expect when going to a building battle. So Scarlet and Violet just came out at the time of this recording. Usually there's a pre-release window where you can attend a local game store and go to a building battle. But I know that there's lots of people who don't know what to expect. So basically, let's talk about what I take to a building battle. So before we get into what's actually in the box, I like to bring my play kit, and my play kit consists of taking a mat. I have I call it a boogie board, but it's a little tool to make notes, and then I can clear notes and I'm not wasting paper or anything. So that's always fun. And then this is my kind of my dice setup. So this is the pin for the boogie board. So hi, how are you doing? My horrible handwriting. And there's should be a metal or a magnetic. Which side is it? It's over here. Okay, so magnetic for that. So a little boogie board just for notes and whatever that I want to do. If you're attending events that will have paper that you need to write, I always bring a pen. My favorite style of pen is Zebra, not sponsored. But then little damage dice. Talk about being able to take damage, or keep track of things in the game as you play through. So you need some damage counters, and then at the very least you need a dice for spinning or a coin for flipping, and then a V-star marker, of course, for all of that. And then I have some other accessories that I've collected over the time. I like to play a lot of decks with a different ability, so I like having other types of trackers, of course, poison and fire trackers. These are from Etsy, but you can get those along with the ETB stuff. So damage counters is what you want to bring. Another thing that I almost always bring is I try and bring some sleeves. I have lots of different styles of sleeves, but the sleeves that you get with the ETB will always have like 65 sleeves in them. You only need 40 for this style of event. So sleeves, damage counters, and like basically my whole play kit. And that's what I bring. So once you get to the event, you'll obviously you'll need to pay to enter usually. Depending on where you're located, it can be a couple of different price points. The ones that I attended were $30 for the Scarlet and Violet set. And then over the course of the tournament, I say tournament, but we played 3 rounds of single games. And after each round, everybody got a pack as well. So $30 for essentially 7 packs total. But once you enter and the event begins, you sit down. I usually set my mat out. I might show some footage of one of the place that I was playing most recently. Everybody will receive this little box, and it's the Build Battle box. So this is packaged by the Pokemon Company, obviously. There's a couple things to call out immediately from the package. You can see the level of play, and this is a great indicator of how complex the decks that are inside here are. So if it's a level 2, there's usually like multiple mechanics that you want to do per turn to maximize the Pokemon that's part of this deck. And the fun part is you will get a fully playable 40 card deck in this box. So let's talk about the format for a moment. The idea is you get this box, you'll have a certain number of minutes. It's usually like 20 to 30 minutes to build a 40 card deck. In the box, you'll get a 40 card deck. We'll see here in a moment. But then you also get 4 booster packs, and that's where the real fun of the randomization comes into play. You can open up those 4 packs, and then any of the cards in this box, you can build a 40 card deck. I really like building battles because it evens the playing field. It's adds a little randomization, and you're not worried about your partner or your opponent being able to spend hundreds and hundreds of dollars on a deck. you're getting what you what's in the box, and it comes down to the luck of the draw, and what's in the extra packs you get. So let me go ahead and open this. Part of my toolkit, I have a small little Phillips head screwdriver to help me get in, but trusty dandy little tool for me to help with that. Getting the plastic. Sometimes the plastic is hard to get into, so if you struggle with that, bring a little tool just to kind of pop in there. So we'll open up the Build and Battle box. Okay, so it comes with this little sleeve, and then you'll see like there's better artwork. It's kind of fun. This is a deck box as well, so I always I keep whatever I pull in the box during the day. And then we open it up. And the first things first, you're gonna get this little insert. It will talk about what the set is doing. And we have brand new adventure with Pokemon EX. You know, Scarlet and Violet's reintroducing EX, of course, lower EX. And then it talks through some of the mechanics of the Build and Battle. We're going for a 40 card deck. The games will be played with 4 prizes. There's no natural card limit with building in this format. So if you get 5 Pikachus or something and you want to play them, you can put them in here. And then usually, depending on the place that you play, usually it's like you have the 30 minutes to build a deck and you have that for the 3 rounds. The store that I go to, and I think it's a little bit more fun, is between rounds. If you want to edit your deck with what's in the box, you can do that. That way, if you make a mistake on your first edit, you're not stuck with it for multiple rounds and not having fun, right? We want to have fun. It goes through, talks about different tips and tricks, and then the 5 copies of Lechonk. You can use all of them, all that good stuff. The other benefit of having this is usually a complete checklist for the set. So now you can see all the different Pokemon that are in the set. I use this for tracking initially when I start building my own binder. So that's why I like going to the Build and Battle events to get that. So first is the insert. The second thing is you will find a sealed pack of cards. This is a 40 card deck, and most sets will have 4 promo cards. So you can see I got the Hawlucha promo card. You can see the stamp of the set. They almost always have the title of the set there. And then it will most often be a promo. But let's open this up before we get to the other packs and take a look. Again, sometimes it's hard to get into these plastic things, and when you're in a time crunch and you're running around, it's just nice to have an extra tool. So the fun part as well is you'll get a 40 card deck online. So here we go. There's a code card for everybody. You will get one of the 4 promos, and then there's usually 3 to 4 different sub lines within each deck. So the other fun part about this is we can take a look. There's a fun card for the artwork, and there's some trainer tooltips on what's in this set. So now I know the 2 kind of helper subsets of this deck are going to be the Quaquaval line and the Vivillon line. I think I said that right. If not, hey, comment below and let me know I didn't say it right. But there's some fun tooltips on how to use the mechanics. So that directly goes back into that discussion on, it's a level 2. There's 2 different Pokemon lines that interact and have to be utilized well to get the most out of this deck. So there we have our Hawlucha promo card. We'll put that up in the middle. And then, like I said, this is fully playable. So it comes with energy. It comes with the line that we're talking about. As we saw, we just had the Quaquaval line. So you can see there's Quaquaval, and then there's Scatterbug and Spupa, and then Vivillon, and then the whole Quaxley line to Quaquaval. And then the other benefit is it comes with trainers to make the deck work and function better. Looks like we have some Bruxish as part of that, Bruxis. but it's mainly those lines, and then there's some trainers to support it. So if you wanted to stop there, I would say take your sleeves. You know, we talked about the sleeves that you brought. Sleeve this up to help with like shuffling and stuff, or you can play just with the raw cards. But that's all you have to do during your build up, or the real fun comes into play, and I'll show you how I kind of open up the different packs. So each Build Battle box comes with 4 packs. Looks like we got lucky this time, and it's one of each artwork, which is always fun. That's not always the case. Sometimes there's duplicate artwork, but we got lucky on this one for the different artwork pieces. Let's start with Gyarados. Let's open up and see what we get. So after playing several of these events and the different types of events, I found that you kind of want to go through and decide what you're doing. I know that there's water and grass in this deck, so I'm probably going to want more water and grass Pokemon. And I'm even playing this line, so that's immediately a card that I'm probably going to save off to the side. But I go through and I set aside all the trainers I get and anything that might help me. Colorless Pokemon usually take the same, or colorless energy, so any energy will work for these attacks. So I grab those usually, and then Growlithe, and then Indeedee. So like that Indeedee looks like a pretty fun set. Of course, we have our energy, and then the rest of that pack. So I like to separate of cards that look interesting immediately off the bat or could fit in even before I start reading stuff, right? So now that I'm starting to read the card, oh, well, this Expert Nurturer looks pretty good. Let's go ahead and read it. Search your deck for a card that evolves from one of your Pokemon and put it onto that Pokemon to evolve it. Then shuffle your deck. So if I were to get this on my turn 2, I can attach an energy, and then I can immediately evolve a Pokemon and have it be a higher HP, have it set up for next turn, which is a pretty powerful utility, I think. So things like that are what I look for to add to my deck. There is the next code card. And then we got more trainers. We got water Pokemon. So let's go ahead and I'm going to separate these. So we got water Pokemon. We got the grass Pokemon. There's some more colorless. I don't know. It's a stage 1, so I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to play that. Oh, and look at that. We got the, what is it? The special illustration rare of Miriam. How fun is that? So that's pretty awesome. We got a special card. Let me put that up in the MVP section. And then we got another grass type that might actually work. Well, how about that? So there you go. There's some fun of it. Being able to pull special cards, right? So yeah, check out that Miriam. It's one of the special cards. I think it's one of the higher price cards of the set right now. But look at that. I got that in a Build Battle. And that is a ton of fun. Now, of course, you can play with that card. Since I'm not in an actual event, I won't have to play with that card. But I'm going to try and keep it as pristine as possible. So then we go through and we're just going to do the same thing. We got some grass Pokemon. We got a lot of trainers. Every trainer is at least useful to talk about, and then annihilate. So I always separate the trainers because you never know what will help in a build and battle. And then let's get into the final pack. Okay, and the final code card. And there you go. Now, go through again. There's some, I mean, that's a basic. You can call for family. That one doesn't look too bad. I'm going to put that down there. There's some more grass. Oh, yes. More and more trainers. And then Flamingo. Probably not going to play with that one. That one's a reverse. I think I already had one, but I don't think I have the basic to be able to play it. And River is a steel type, so I'm not thinking I'm going to do that. So next I kind of go through and I see which ones do I want to do. That has a synergy with fire, so I'm probably not going to play with that one. This is a low Pokemon, so I'm probably not going to be able to play with that one too much. And then I got the 2 here, stage 1 and stage 2, but you do have to have the whole evolution line. So I'm not going to be able to play either of those. So I'll put that back in my Pokemon setup. I don't have the evolution for Toadstool. Toad's is cruel. So I'm going to leave that there, but I do have this Spupa. So I'm going to go through and I'm going to see. Let's see, I'm going to separate the energy real quick. And then I'm running Quaxel line, but I am doing Spupa. I didn't get any extra Scatterbug, but let's take a look. So I got Spupa, got 2 Scatterbugs, 3 Spupas potentially, 3. Okay, so looks like we're doing a 3 and then potentially a 4 line, but, oh, and then a 2. So I'm going to say I don't think I need the extra Spupa because I didn't get an extra Scatterbug. Now, if I had gotten an extra Scatterbug, then maybe I would have put them in just to guarantee that I could get to the pavilion, but I'm not going to do that. So currently the deck stays the same with the energy. Now I'm going to go through, I'm going to see, let's see, Rocky Helmet says fighting Pokemon. I don't have any fighting Pokemon. Ultra Balls are always good and playable. This says you can look for an item card and a tool card. And if I'm going to include this in the deck, then maybe that will be good. Draw turns in. I'm not going to do that. Item card, synergy, Pokemon catcher. Okay, I think I'm going to, because I'm going to look at what trainers we have in here. So youngster, shuffle your hand, then draw 5. Jacques is 2 evolution. Mezagoza. I already have an Ultra Ball, so I don't think I need an extra one. I got a Nest Ball in there, and then a Pokeball. Okay. I think I'm going to keep the Quackball online, but let's take a look at this guy. This one I don't think is going to be too useful, so I'm going to grab the Energy Search and replace the deck there. And then I'm going to keep the energy as well. What else would I would like to replace? Maybe I don't need, let's see, I'm going to do 3 more. So maybe I don't need all of the Scatterbugs. So 1 Scatterbug, 1 Spupa, and then I'm going to say 1 energy. And I'm going to do that. Now, do I want to do either of these? Probably not. And then how many? Yeah, I think I'm going to get rid of another energy and put here. So I think on the fly, this is what I'm going to do. I could play another Quaxly. Quaxly will help me get, I have 1 Quaxly, 2 Quaxlys, 3, and then I don't have as many Quackle Balls, so I don't think I'm going to add these. So at this point, I would sleeve this up. I'm making quick decisions on what I'm going to play, and then I would prepare for my first round. And you go through the rest of these. I end up putting back, of course, the code cards. You don't get to redeem until later. So I'm going to put all of this back together, and I'm going to tuck this away in the box again, and then I would sleeve up my deck and I would start playing. But more importantly, let's get some sleeves out for these major pulls, right? Look at the Miriam. We'll get the Miriam back into the MVP section, which is the Mark's Valuable Pokemon section. And then we're gonna sleeve up the promo card because I like to definitely trade all of those. So there you have it. Play the 3 rounds, have fun, play Pokemon and stuff, and that is what you can expect at a Build Battle. And there's an example Build Battle box. Hey, thanks for watching, and you know, if you want to come out and play, or if you have questions, feel free to leave them in the comments or come out to League, and then we will happily help you learn and get some games and have some fun. So, as always, thanks for watching, and thanks for playing.